So if I get everybody to please rise, if you're able, we'll get this wonderful day of racing underway. As we do each and every week, we ask a racer's prayer, and then we'll get right into the national anthem. So if you would, please. Before I start my engine, Lord, I need to talk to you and ask your blessing for what I'm about to do. I give you all the credit, for it's only by your grace that I'm at this starting line to run another race. The road that lies before me now, uncertain it may be, but I can face this challenge, Lord, if you will ride with me. Prepare my heart, mind, and soul, and give me strength. Protect me from all harm. With ever-present danger everywhere, hold me safely in your arms. Lord, bless my competition, my crew, my fans, my friends and family. May they know your love for them and see that love in me. And all of God's people said together, amen. Thank you so much. All right, once again, first up will be Predator Light 340. And they should be coming out like this. Yeah, they will be, or they don't get to qualify, right? So first up to qualify out of Carrollton, Missouri, driving the number 69, will be Camden Lightfoot. And second to qualify out of Green Valley, Missouri, will be Ian Matlock. Third to qualify will be we have a couple out of Norwalk, Iowa. That's Nathan Castellano in the 07. And the 00B will be Braylon Long out of Norwalk, Iowa. Tyler Moore will be piloting the number 33 out of Lockridge, Iowa. And Davin Hawk will be the 222 out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin. That's your first 6 carts up for qualifying for Predator Light 340. Once again, it's going to be the 69 of Camden Lightfoot. As you see, there will be 2 carts qualifying at the same time, as well as the 22 of Ian Matlock. Camden Lightfoot crossing the line, good. Ian Matlock looking good also. So it looks like both carts were in the 10-second bracket. Oh, excuse me, Ian Matlock already in the 9-second bracket, but the average up next will be the 07 of Nathan Castellano and the 00B of Braylon Long. So Ian Matlock right now has that number 1 spot. Both of these are in the 10-second bracket, so Ian Matlock still in that number 1 spot. Ian Matlock still in P1 so far, with Tyler Moore and David Hawk. David coming to you out of Rice Lake, Wisconsin in the 222. And Tyler Moore, the 33. So we're going to turn them loose. Up next after these two out of Memphis, Tennessee will be Colin Stevenson in the 24. And Tyler Alton out of New Richmond, Wisconsin in the 30. Both these drivers are in the 10-second bracket, so Ian Matlock still holding on to P1. In that 22, he was the second kart out to qualify. Braylon Long in P2 so far. And Davin Hawk, that's your top 3. Up next, once again, will be the 24, Colin Stevenson, and the 30 of Tyler Alton. Tyler moving into P4 right now. P4 for Tyler Alton. And Ian Matlock still holding on to the top spot with a 9.976. Your next 2 karts to qualify will be the 08 out of Elwood, Kansas, Chase Kelliker, and the 99 out of Adel, Iowa, that's Cody Havens in the 99. The 08 Chase Kelliker just took over P1. And that didn't last very long. Cody Havens taking over P1 with a 9.676. 9.676 for Cody Havens. And 3 carts left to qualify for your Predator Light 340. Coming to you out of Fremont, Nebraska, in the number 60, that's Jacob Hoffman. And the black number 2, and the black number 2 out of Columbia, Missouri, that's Jason Corison. Cody Haven still holding on to P1 with 1 cart remaining. 1 cart remaining to qualify. That's going to be the 181 out of Keswick, Iowa. Zach Hahn, can he take over that number 1 spot right now? Cody Haven just got it with a 9.676. So Cody Haven's going to lead us to green in the Predator Light 340 with a 9.676. And we had 2 carts come in at the exact same qualifying time, a 10.614 for Davin Hawk and Jacob Hoffman. So how we will line those 2 up will be the tiebreaker will be their pill draw. So Davin Hawk will be in front of Jacob Hoffman at the start of the feature a little bit later on. This is your Junior 1 Light Pro qualifying. Watson Wake out of Fayetteville, Arkansas in the 78W. And the number 10 coming to you out of Flemingsburg, Kentucky, Aiden McGlone. So Aiden McGlone will come out with P1 with a 10.245, a 10.245. So that will be the time to beat. Up next out of Fairmont, Minnesota will be the number 3 of Kaylor Ekstrom. And from Lee Summit, Missouri, the 15 of Colton Brown. Well, we have a new P1. And that will be Colton Brown bringing in a 9.663. Will be the time to beat now. Your next two carts to qualify out of Chautauqua, Wisconsin. That's Corbin Tarvis in the 8X and Jacob Ray, the 38, out of St. Joseph, Missouri. Jacob Ray moving up to P2. Jacob Ray will remain at P2 with a 10.237. 10.237 for Jacob Ray. So Colton Brown going to still hold on to that number one spot with a 9.663 for the 15 from Lee Summit, Missouri. So up next will be the number 18 out of Kansas City, Kansas. It's Jace O'Neill. And the 32E out of Carlock, Illinois, Ethan Fry. Well, Colton Brown still holding on to P1 for now, but we have a new P2. That's Ethan Fry. The top two carts right now are in the 9-second bracket. Attention everyone, we have t-shirts for sale over here right outside the concession stand. So go over and get you a t-shirt and walk right into the concession stand and get you something to eat. How'd you like that? And if you have pre-ordered a shirt or a hoodie, it's over there as well. So up next to qualify will be the 71 of Bryn Miller and the 7G of Grayson Redleaf. Redleaf coming to you out of Mount Ida, Arkansas, and Bryn Miller, Cross Timbers, Missouri. Sorry, that's Cole Rhodes. Cole Rhodes in the 01 and Bryn Miller, the 71. I got a little ahead of myself. So your top three right now. Okay. Well, Cole Rhodes did take an extra lap, and that lap will be, well, actually it is deleted. So he will remain in the number 3 spot. Ethan Fry second, and Colton Brown still holding on to P1. Now it's going to be the 7G of Grayson Redleaf and the 5 of Jackson Reeves. Red Leaf out of Mount Ida, Arkansas, and Reeves out of Truro, Iowa. Jackson Reeves pulling it into P2. So your top 4 drivers right now into the 9-second bracket. Colton Brown still holding on to P1. And Junior 1 Light Pro. Up next will be your Boone, Iowa driver, the 78 Ace Wolfgram. And coming to you out of Odessa, Missouri, just a little ways down I-70, the R3 Mason Rayburn. So your top 3 right now, Colton Brown, Jackson Reeves, and Ethan Fry. Yep, once they spin out, that means they're done qualifying, so. Once again, your top 3 right now, Colton Brown, Jackson Reeves, and Ethan Fry. Up next, the 32 out of Stanhope, Iowa, that's Hayden Arnold. And out of St. Joseph, Missouri, the 93, Creed Mead. Hayden Arnold putting it into that number 4 spot for now, with an average of 9.884. So Colton Brown, Jackson Reeves, and Ethan Fry, that's still your top 3. And your final 2 carts to qualify will be the 401C of Colton Euclid, and out of Salina, Kansas, Colton Euclid out of Salina, Kansas in the 401C, and out of Mitchellville, Iowa, that's the number 9, Gannon Heimbaugh. Your final 2 carts to qualify for your Junior 1 Light Pro. Gannon Heimbaugh moving into that number 3 spot. So leading us to green for your Junior 1 Light Pro with a 9.663 will be Colton Brown. All right, up next, Restricted Box Stock Wing Pro. Your first two carts to qualify. The first one, the number 4 out of Greenville, Iowa. That's Leo Fairchild. And the 1X out of Centralia, Missouri, Brant Brooks. Sorry about that, folks. We had a glitch in the computer and we got to start over. No, it wasn't Ashland, it was a computer. Brant Brooks will be P1 right now after the first two carts to qualify. With 11.953, 11.953 for Brant Brooks. All right, your next two carts to qualify, a couple of Iowa drivers out of Ottumwa, Iowa, the 72 of Crew Lowry, and the 12 out of Cincinnati, Iowa, Landry Kincaid. Only 6 carts in this one, Restricted Box Stock Wing Pro. And we have a new P1 for now. With 11.711, Crew Lowry taking over P1. All right, your final two carts to qualify coming to you out of Foley, Minnesota. That's the 3R Remington Kipka. And out of Newton, Iowa, hey, that's where I stayed when I went to the Knoxville Nationals in 2024. And the 17B of Braxton Klein. Oh me, oh my. So leading us to green in your restricted box stock wing pro with a time of 11.711 will be the 72 out of Ottumwa, Iowa, Crew Lowry. Yeah, it's a large class, 34 cart strong in your clone medium 370. It's going to be out of Fargo, North Dakota. It's going to be the 671 of Zach Axlin, and out of Granville, Iowa, the 86 of Taylor Hoffmeyer. That's your first two carts to qualify. And like I said, we have 34 entries in your clone medium 370. So this is going to take a while. Some of these cats will probably be in the 8-second bracket. Yeah. All right, after the first two to qualify, Zach Axlin going to be P1 with a 9.728. 9.728, that's the time to beat. Council Bluffs, Iowa driver, the 452, Cameron Childs. And Omaha, Nebraska driver, the 151, Dan Fay. All right, Zach Axlin still holding on to P1 with a 9.728. The first cart out to qualify. Up next, coming to you out of Missouri driver, that's O'Fallon, Missouri. On the other side of the state, that's a 28, Tanner Lowry. And coming to you out of Jacksonville, Arkansas, the number 6 of Chris Duff. Chris Duff in the number 6. All right, well, if you are following along on my race pass on the live timing and scoring, the number 6 will have a no time, but it will be fixed. Tanner Lowry moving into P2, the 28, moving into P2. So Zach Axlin is still going to hold on to the number 1 spot. Up next, out of New Richmond, Wisconsin, that'll be the number 30 of Tyler Alton. And out of Des Moines, Iowa, the 59, Jordan Smith. Jason Creason and Zach Emig, you're up next. We have a new P1 with a 9.557. Tyler Alton taking over P1 from Zach Axland. So Zach Axland going to be P2, Tanner Lowry P3, and Taylor Hoffmeyer P4, and Dan Fay 5th. Jordan Smith 6th, Cameron Childs 7th, and Jason Creason and Zach Emig on the track now for qualifying. All right, up next, a couple of Missouri boys. One, the 00 out of Fulton. That's Mason Hudson. And out of Hallsville, Missouri, the 57 of Cam Sorrells on the track to qualify now. Taking over P1 with a 9.447. That's a 00 Mason Hudson. And Cam Sorrells in P2 with a 9.547. Up next out of Harrisburg, South Dakota, the 22X of Aiden Sullivan. And out of Memphis, Tennessee, the 24, Colin Stevenson. On track now, qualifying. Aiden Sullivan bumping Cam Sorrells down to third. Sullivan now going to be in P2, but we still have a lot of carts to qualify. Up next out of La Crosse, Wisconsin in the 16 will be Corey Wolf. And the 9S out of Cedar Falls, Iowa, Reagan Skolton. Reagan now taking over P2, and Aiden in the P3, but still holding on to that number one spot. That's a 00, a 9.447. A Missouri boy, Mason Hudson. Up next, we have another Missouri boy. That's a 43, Paul Rainey out of St. Louis, Missouri. And Texas driver out of Odessa, Texas, the 06 of Zachary Kanizer. Your top three still the same. Mason Hudson, Reagan Skolton, and Aiden Sullivan. Up next from Webb City, Missouri, that's number 4, Jaden Davis. And the number 1, Matthew Morgan. He still don't tell me where he comes from. Well, we have a new P1 coming in with a time of 9.423. Matthew Morgan in the number 1. Another couple of carts coming out right now. The 119 out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, Austin Farnham, and the 98 out of Dalton City, Illinois, Logan Webb. right, Matthew Morgan still holding on to P1 with a 9.423. Out of Glencoe, Iowa, the 181, Randy Walker. And coming to you out of New Brighton, Minnesota, the 13, Johnny Hansen. Well, since we have 34 entries in your Clone Medium 370, that's the first class. We have over 20 carts entered. So we'll run everybody for round 1, and then we'll lock in the top 10. We'll lock in the top 10 after round 1, and then we'll come back later with round 2 for everybody else, and then we'll lock in the second 10, and we're going to go 20 carts in the A feature. And your top 3 are still the same: Matthew Morgan, Mason Hudson, and Reagan Skoltman. On the track now to qualify the 41 out of Laverne, Minnesota. That's Gavin Gregory. And coming to you out of Mitchellville, Iowa, the 95, Eddie Brose. Well, Matthew Morgan still holding on, but we have a new second and third. Gavin Gregory, second, and Eddie Brose, third. On the track now in the 00 in from Asante, Minnesota. That's Noah Berglund. And out of Lexington, Illinois, the 611 of Dylan Compton. Top 3 is still Matthew Morgan, Gavin Gregory, and Eddie Brose. Mason Hudson down to 4th, Reagan Skoltman 5th, Aiden Sullivan 6th, Cam Sorrell 7th, Tyler Alton 8th, Johnny Hansen 9th, and Austin Farnham 10th. That's your 10 carts locked in so far. On the track qualifying now, it's a 22 out of Green Valley, Missouri, Ian Matlock, and the 411 of Stevie Smith out of Des Moines, Iowa. Ian Matlock taking over P2, stealing it away from Gavin Gregory. Gavin Gregory now third. On the track now from St. Charles, Missouri, that's Steve Smith. And from Norton, Kansas, that's the 25 of Brian Sproul. And your top three is still the same. Matthew Morgan, Ian Matlock, and Gavin Gregory. With two more karts to qualify, and then we'll move right on to the next class. It's going to be from a couple of Missouri boys, the 191 out of Hazelwood, Missouri. That's Charlie Keevan. And Holden, Missouri, the 24M, Tristan Martin. Well, that will be all 34 karts to qualify. And for your Clone Medium 370, and leading us to green will be the number 1 with a time of 9.423, Matthew Morgan. And your top 10 will be posted here once all first round of qualifying is all said and done, and then we'll come back with the second round of qualifying for your Clone Medium 370. Junior 2 Light Pro. First up will be the 35 from Portland, Missouri, Blaine Kendall, and the 11B, DJ Beach. From Prairie Home, Missouri. Blaine Kendall coming in with a time of 9.831. That'll be P1 for him. And DJ Beats coming in with a 9.882. Up next, a couple of Missouri boys. Once again, St. Joseph, Missouri, the 38 of J.W. Ray, and the 11 from Chilhowie, Missouri, Trenton Crisenberry. And of course, we have a new P1 38 JWA with a 9.797. Your next two carts to qualify, another couple of Missouri boys out of Sparta, Missouri. That's the 11R of Carter Roller. And out of Republic, Missouri, the 05 Ashton Mizell. Carter Roller taking over P1. Carter Roller coming home with a 9.778, taking over P1. Caden Brockert, the 21 out of Carrollton, Missouri, in the 63 out of Harrisburg, South Dakota, Bentley Kockelman. Here we go. Caden Brockert bringing in a 9.788, going to take over P2, moving JWA down to third. All right, up next, coming to you out of West Memphis, Arkansas, the number 40, Bentley Connor, and the 15 out of New Bloomfield, Missouri, Allie Sneller. Well, we have a new P1 with a time of 9.727. That's Bentley Connor in the number 40. Up next, the 101 out of Mason City, Iowa. That's Caden Burkholtz. And coming to you out of Clear Lake, Minnesota, the 81, Jaden Anderson. And your last two carts to qualify coming to you out of Stanhope, Iowa. That's the 72 of Henry Arnold. And coming to you out of Elko, New Market, Minnesota. That's the number 3 of Carter Brown. All right, your top 3 qualified in Junior 2 Light Pro. Third will be the 21 of Caden Brockert. Second will be the 11R Carter Roller. And leading us to green in your Junior 2 Light Pro, the number 40 Bentley Connor.
Everybody, appreciate you all tuning in here for the Emma Indoor Raceway. Be sure to like, follow, go over to our YouTube page and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to watch the feature races, they'll be live over on Show Me Dirt on our YouTube page. We'll give you back to the announcer. Again, thanks for watching.
All right, well, sorry about the delay. We had a discrepancy from the program and what we were going to do, but coming up right now will be your Predator Treaded 370. Predator Treaded 370. The chains did not get in time for the program, so we apologize for that. So on the track now, your first two carts to qualify from Carrollton, Missouri. That's the 69 Camden Lightfoot and the 08 from Elwood, Kansas, Chase Caliker. So Chase Caliker has got P1 right now with 11.242. Up next, a couple of Tumwa, Iowa boys. The 99B of Kyle Boyd and the 72 of Brett Lowry. Chase Caliker with 11.096, 11.096. Brett Lowry with 11.102. That's your top two. Camden Lightfoot third with 11.760. On the track now from Adel, Iowa, that's a 99 of Cody Havens. And from Omaha, Nebraska, that's a 64L. Amber Larson. Amber Larson will have a no time. Up next will be the 12 of Wayne Reel out of Griggsville, Illinois, and the 6 of Chris Duff out of Jacksonville, Arkansas. Here we go. Caleb Jorgensen, you're up next. All right, our rookie beginners, they will not do time trials, so they will be going heat racing. And a feature, so it's going to be, well, we're not going to be yet. It's a 07 out of Oak Grove, Missouri, Sebi Oldberg, the 1X out of Richmond, Missouri, Xander Morant, the 78 of Max Wolfgram out of Boone, Iowa, and the 15 out of Warrensburg, Missouri, Athena Webster. All right, we're off and racing. Athena Webster and Sebi Oldberg battling it out side by side. Athena taking over that top spot. Sebi Oldberg in second right now. Xander Morant, the third spot. And the 78 of Max Wolfgram rounding out your field in fourth. No matter where they start, no matter where they finish, they're all winners here at Emma Indoor Raceway. Your rookie beginners. Athena Webster comfortably out front in the top spot with Sebi Oberg. Got hands full right now with the 1X of Xander Morant in third right behind Sebi in the 07. And the 78 of Max Wolfgram in fourth. And coming into the number 1 spot, Athena Webster in the 15. Sebi Oldberg in second. Xander Morant third. And Max Wolfgram in fourth. And they'll be back out a little bit later for their feature race. Your rookie beginners are all winners here at Emma Indoor Raceway. All right, up next will be your Box Stock Wing Pro. Your first two up coming to you out of Randolph, Minnesota. That's a 14 Archer Hoffbeck. And out of Russell, Iowa, the 17 Trenton Peterson. Micah Haugen and Carter Brooks, you're up next. Don't forget, folks, we do have t-shirts and hoodies available for sale up here right outside the concession stand. Right outside the concession stand over here to your right, to my left. Archer Hoffbeck, T1 right now with a 10.827, a 10.827. Up next will be Harrisburg, South Dakota driver, the number 4, Micah Haugen, and Centralia, Missouri driver, the number 3C of Carter Brooks. Carter Brooks taking over P1 with a 10.628. Micah Haugen second with a 10.819. So Carter Brooks, Micah Haugen, Archer Hoffbeck, and Trenton Peterson. That's your top four. With a Norwalk, Iowa driver, the 99B of Bentley Long, and a Citec, Wisconsin driver, the 8X of Corbin Tarvis. Up next. Bentley Long moving into fourth, and Corbin Tarvis sixth right now. So still holding on to the top spot. A Missouri boy come from Centralia, Missouri. That's the 3C of Carter Brooks. Up next, Altoona, Iowa driver, the 14C of Carson George, and the number 8 from Trempilo, Wisconsin. I hope I said that correctly. Trempilo, Wisconsin, the number 8, Alan Byrne. Here we go. I know you do. Carter Brooks still holding on to P1. Micah Haugen second. Archer Hoffback third. Bentley Long fourth. Trenton Peterson fifth. Carson George sixth. Alan Byrne seventh. And Corbin Tarvis eighth right now. With a West Des Moines, Iowa driver, the 81 Henry Booyer, and Oskaloosa, Iowa driver, the 3E of Ethan Matrison. Caleb Haugen, you're up next. Henry Booyer, the 81. Ethan Matrison, the 3E. Here we go. Ethan Matrison taking over P2 with a 10.747, a 10.747 P2 for Ethan Matrison. This will be your final cart to qualify for your Box Stock Wing Pro, coming to you out of Harrisburg, South Dakota. Caleb Haugen. Caleb Haugen moving into P2 with a 10.661. So Carter Brooks going to lead us to green with a 10.628. All right, this is another big class. Your Clone Light 340. We're going to qualify the top 10. And then we'll come back for a second round qualifying and lock in the second 10. So it's going to be the 98 of Logan Webb from Dalton City, Illinois. And the 22X from Harrisburg, South Dakota, Aiden Sullivan. Here we go. All right, Logan Webb with a quick time so far. Aiden Sullivan second. Logan Webb a 9.834, 9.834 for Logan Webb. Dalton City, Illinois driver. Up next from Fargo, North Dakota, it's a 671 of Zach Axland. And from Odessa, Texas, it's a 06 of Zachary Kanizer. Zach Axland taking over P1. 9.645, a 9.645 for Zach Axland. So up next will be the 56 and the 57. The 56 from Omaha, Nebraska, that's Zach Emig. And the 57 from Hallsville, Missouri. We won't hold it against him, though. That's Cam Sorrells. Bailey Lundbeck to the score tower, please. Bailey Lundbeck to the score tower. Cam Sorrells in P2 right now. Cam Sorrells taking over P2. Logan Webb now third. Aiden Sullivan fourth. Zachary Kanizer fifth. And Zach Emig in sixth. Zach Axland still holding on to the top spot. Up next, La Crosse, Wisconsin driver, the number 16, Corey Wolf, and Holden, Missouri driver, the 24M, Tristan Martin. Corey Wolf going to time in 6th. Tristan Martin timing in 5th. Up next will be a Memphis, Tennessee driver, the 24, Colin Stevenson, and O'Fallon, Missouri driver, the 28 of Tanner Lowry. Up next from Asante, Minnesota, the 00, a couple of 00s. The 00 in, that'll be the gray cart, Noah Berglund, and the black cart, no, let's see. Yep, the black cart, Mason Hudson from Fulton, Missouri. We'll get you the times of the other two here momentarily. Noah Berglund taking over P1 with Mason Hudson in second. Noah with a 9.244 taking over P1. Mason Hudson with a 9.434. Zach Axland now down to third. Colin Stevenson fourth. Cam Sorrells fifth. Logan Webb in sixth. Aiden Sullivan seventh. Tanner Lowry 8th, Tristan Martin 9th, and Corey Wolf. That's your top 10 right now locked in. But we still have a whole bunch more to go. Up next will be the one of Matthew Morgan from Goodman, Missouri, and the 12 of Jason Creason from Columbia, Missouri. It says he's from Kansas City, but I know he's from Columbia. Matthew Morgan moving into P3. Matthew Morgan in third right now. Jason Creason right there on the bubble in 10th. Jason Creason, that's your top 10 right there. So if anybody goes any faster than Jason Creason, he will be going to second round qualifying. Up next, a Hazelwood, Missouri driver, the 191, Charlie Keevan, and a Cedar Falls, Iowa driver, the 9S of Reagan Skolton. Here we go. Charlie Keevan moving into P2. Reagan Skolton now third. So on the bubble now will be Aiden Sullivan. Aiden Sullivan will be 10th. Up next, a Des Moines, Iowa driver, the 59 of Jordan Smith, and a new Richmond, Wisconsin driver, the 30 of Tyler Alton. Here we go. Noah Berglund, Charlie Keevan, and Tyler Alton. That's your top three. So on the bubble now, it's a 57 of Cam Sorrells. Up next will be a Granville, Iowa driver, the 86, Taylor Hoffmeyer, and a St. Louis, Missouri driver, the 43 of Paul Rainey. Here we go. Jaden Davis, the number 4, and the 22, Ian Matlock. All right, Zach Axland now on the bubble. He's in 10th right now. Up next will be the 6 of Chris Duff from Jacksonville, Arkansas, and the 13, Johnny Hansen from New Brighton, Minnesota. All right. Of all the classes that have qualified, your featured lineups are going to be posted here shortly, as well as your second chance running order for second round of qualifying. And your top 10 lock-ins will also be posted. And we have the 58 of Steve Smith from St. Charles, Missouri, and the 95 from Mitchellville, Iowa, Eddie Brose. With one cart left to qualify, Eddie Brose right now is that final. Nope, we got two more, excuse me. We got the 41 from Laverne, Minnesota, Gavin Gregory. The 411 is not showing up on my race pass, but it will be updated. Gavin Gregory taking over P1. Nope, excuse me, wait a minute. Noah Berglund still has P1. And Steve Smith in the 411. Sorry about that. Sorry to get y'all excited. Yeah, I know. Yep. Noah Berglund gonna lead us to green, and and Matthew Morgan, the final lock-in in 10th. Everybody else will have to re-qualify. Up next, hello, there we go. Up next, we have another heat race, the 05 of Clyde Keenan from Des Moines, Iowa, the only entry in your junior amateur. Here we go. Once again, Clyde Keenan, the only entry in your junior amateur. Up next will be a restricted box stock wing with 7 entries. Once again, your classes that have qualified, your feature lineups are posted. Your feature lineups are posted, as well as second round of qualifying for the adult clone classes. All right, up next, restricted box stock wing, Newton, Iowa driver, the 17B of Braxton Klein, and a Warrensburg, Missouri driver, the number 15, Athena Webster. That's your first 2 cards to qualify for restricted box stock wing, 7 entries. Once again, Braxton Klein going to be up first to qualify, and Athena Webster right behind him. Here we go. All right, Braxton Klein's got P1 right now with 11.807. Athena Webster with a 12.055. Up next, going to be the 1X of Brant Brooks from Centralia, Missouri, and a Greenville, Iowa driver, the number 4, Leo Fairchild. Here we go. Up next from, sorry about that, folks. Up next from Foley, Minnesota, it's the 3R Remington Kipka, and the 12 from Cincinnati, Iowa, Landry Kincaid. Crew Lowry, you're the final cart to qualify in this one. Here we go. Remington Kipka moving into P2 so far. All right, your final cart to qualify coming to you from Ottumwa, Iowa, the 72 of Crew Lowry. He's going to lead us to green in the pro class. Can he double it up and bring it into the wing class? Here we go. Yes, he can. Taking over P1. $11,466 for Crew Lowry. Well, that's all we got for Predator Treaded Pro 370. 3 carts to qualify. It's going to be the 69 from Carrollton, Missouri, Camden Lightfoot. The 12 from Griggsville, Illinois, Wayne Reel. And your third and final cart to qualify will be up next from Adel, Iowa, the 99, Cody Havens. Well, these two cats were swapping the number 1 spot lap after lap, but holding on to P1 right now with 11,324. That's Camden Lightfoot. And with 11,486, Wayne Reel. And your third and final card to qualify for your Predator Treaded Pro 370. You think that's easy? You ought to try saying it yourself. Predator Treaded Pro 370. Cody Havens, the number 99, out of Adel, Iowa. It's probably Adel, Iowa. So with 11.412, that will place him in P2. So he's going to be on the outside, row number 1, with Wayne Reel shotgun on the field in 3rd. Well, we're taking 20 carts to the A main and Junior 1 light. So this will be 1 round of qualifying for your Junior 1 light. 18 carts in the house. So coming to you from Perry, Illinois, that will be the 01 of Cole Rhodes, and the 93 from St. Joseph, Missouri, Creed Mead. That's your first 2 carts to qualify. Corbin Tarbus, you're on deck. And Jackson Reeves, you're in the hole waiting. Here we go. All right, Creed Mead going to take over P1 with a 10.351, a 10.351. Once again, all carts in the Junior 1 light will qualify for A main racing. 18 carts strong. We're taking 20 to the A main. So where they time in, that's where they're going to start. Up next from Chetek, Wisconsin, the 8X of Corbin Tarbus. And from Truro, Iowa, that's the number 5, Jackson Reeves. Here we go. All right, taking over P1 right now after 4 carts qualified. Going to be the 5 of Jackson Reeves with a 10.112. Up next from Carlock, Illinois, going to be the 32E of Ethan Fry, and from Lee Summit, Missouri, the 15 of Colton Brown. Can he make it a double pole position? All right, taking over P1, Colton Brown with a 9.531, 9.531. Up next is going to be the 3 of Kaylor Ekstrom from Fairmont, Minnesota. And the R3 from Odessa, Missouri. And we got a spin and we got a hay bale on the racetrack in turn 4. Mason Rayburn taking out the hay bale in turn number 4. All right. Kaylor Ekstrom and Mason Rayburn did take a couple extra laps, but those have been deleted. So Kaylor going to be moving into P2. Yeah, Mason hit the hay bale. See, if y'all were paying attention, you know that. All right, once again, Kaylor Ekstrom will be moving into P2. Ethan Gannon Heimbaugh now taking over P3 in the number 9 with the 78. Gannon Heimbaugh taking over P2. Colton Brown still holding on to P1 with Kaylor Ekstrom now 3rd, Ethan Fry 4th, and Jackson Reeves in 5th. That's your top 5. Up next will be Aiden McGlone from Flemingsburg, Kentucky in the 10, and Mount Ida, Arkansas driver the 7G. Grayson Redleaf. All right, up next going to be Hayden Arnold, the 32, and Colton Euclid in the 401C. Hayden Arnold from Stanhope, Iowa, and Euclid from Salina, Kansas. Here we go. Grayson Redleaf did take over P3. Colton Euclid in the P6. And Hayden Arnold moving into P5. With 2 karts left to qualify, the 18 Kansas City, Kansas driver, Jace O'Neill, and St. Joseph, Missouri driver, the 38 of Jacob Ray. Junior 1 light, here we go. Jace O'Neill up into the top 10. And Jacob Ray timing in 14th. But 18 karts qualified. Colton Brown bringing in a time of 9.531. So he's going to lead us to green in both of his features. All right, restricted box stock 2. 5 entries in the house. Up first from Fort Madison, Iowa, the 17M Garrett Moorfield. And the 107 out of Griggsville, Illinois, Lincoln Slight. Garrett Moorfield bringing in 11,222 and Lincoln Slight 11,587. Elsie Fairchild from Greenville, Iowa, the 52, and from Fremont, Iowa, the 14K, Cohen Beach. Cohen Beats taking over P2 right now with 11,419. 11,419. Elsie Fairchild fourth right now. Elsie Fairchild with 11.801. Cohen Beats taking over P2. But P1 is still Garrett Moorfield. And last but not least, coming to out of Grimes, Iowa, the 15 in, Braylon Neer. Well, Braylon Neer, after the mishap in turn 4 before she started on her time, moving into P1, taking over P1. Last kart to qualify with 11.160. But that's what it takes to start P1. They all need to spin out in turn 4. Once again, the winner of our very first Winter Classic is here this afternoon to qualify Clone Heavy 400. Dustin Campbell from Nevada, Missouri, the 66, and Norton, Kansas driver, the 25, Brian Sproul. Here we go. Brian Sproul bringing it P1 right now with a 10.154. A 10.154. Up next, the 16 out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, Corey Wolf, and the number 5 out of Newton, Iowa, Jason Ray. Corey Wolf taking over P1. Jason Ray taking over P2. Up next from Boonville, Missouri, the 44, Daniel Carey, and from Marionville, Missouri, the 6, Brian Neely. Zach Axlin, the 671 from Fargo, North Dakota, and Granville, Iowa driver, the 86, Taylor Hoffmeyer. Well, Zach Axlin taking over P1 just about 0.2 of a second faster than Daniel Carey, bringing in a 9.516. A 9.516 will put Zach Axlin in P1 right now. Up next, it's the number 1 of Matthew Morgan from Goodman, Missouri, and the 151 from Omaha, Nebraska, Dan Fay. Here we go. Well, P1 didn't last very long. Matthew Morgan taking over P1 with a 9.444. And Dan Fay taking over P2 with a 9.508. So up next going to be the 47 at Council Bluffs, Iowa driver Cameron Childs, and a New Brighton, Minnesota driver, the 13 of Johnny Hansen. Here we go. Up next, the 6'11 from Lexington, Illinois, Dylan Compton, and from Mitchellville, Iowa, the 95, Eddie Burrows. And your last cart to qualify from Glencoe, Iowa, the 181, Randy Walker. Still holding on to P1, that's cart number 1, Matthew Morgan, with a 9.444. Well, we have a little bad news for one of our drivers in your Clone Heavy 400. Oh, 2? Oh, no, he did get a qualifying lap. All right, Junior 2 light qualifying now, the 40, West Memphis, Arkansas driver Bentley Connor, and Chilhowie, Missouri, number 11, Trenton Crisenberry. Bentley Connor starting out with a good number of 9.816. Caden Burkholtz, the 101 from Mason City, Iowa, and Henry Arnold, the 72 from Stanhope, Iowa, qualifying next. Allie Sneller and DJ Beach, you're up next. Bentley Connor still holding on to P1 with Caden Burkholtz in second, Trenton Crisenberry third, and Henry Arnold fourth. Up next from New Bloomfield, Missouri, the 15, Allie Sneller, and Prairie Home, Missouri, the 11B, DJ Beach to qualify. DJ Beach take on over P2 with a 9.939. Allie Sneller now P3 with a 9.979. Up next, the 21 from Carrollton, Missouri, Caden Brockert, and the 81 out of Clear Lake, Minnesota, Jaden Anderson. Ashton Mizell and Hoyt Miller, well, maybe not. Jaden Anderson taking over P1. Moving Bentley Connor to second, DJ Beach to third, Allie Sneller fourth, Caden Brockert fifth, Caden Burkholz sixth, Trenton Crisenberry seventh, and Henry Arnold eighth. Up next, the 05 of Ashton Mizell from Republic, Missouri. And he did make it in time to qualify. The 91 from Cross Timbers, Missouri, Hoyt Miller. This will be the second race car this young man has piloted on a Saturday afternoon. He was out Hoyt Miller taking over P3. Up next, Harrisburg, South Dakota driver, the 63 of Bentley Kockelman. And Elko, New Market, Minnesota, the number 3, Carter Brown. Bentley Kockelman moving into P2, getting closer to Jaden Anderson. Carter Brown moving into fourth. Hoyt Miller now fifth. But Jaden Anderson still holding on to the top spot. Carter Roller from Sparta, Missouri, the 11R. And JWA, the 38 from St. Joseph, Missouri. Here we go. Blaine Kendall, you're up next. JWA taking over P1. Moving ahead of Jaden Anderson, JWA a 9.607, Jaden Anderson a 9.638. So close. But we have one kart left to qualify for your Junior 2 light. It's the 35 from Portland, Missouri, Blaine Kendall. He's going to be shooting for that 9.607. Nope, Blaine Kendall going to be in that 8 starting spot, so it's outside row number 4. So leading us to green will be the 38 of JWA. All right, up next going to be Predator Heavy 370. 18 karts to qualify, so they'll all make the A main. It just all depends on where they're going to start. So your first 2 karts up from Asante, Minnesota, going to be the 00 in Noah Berglund. And from Ottumwa, Iowa, the 03 Cody Phillips. Amber Larson and Chase Kelliker, you're up next. Once again, all karts will qualify. It just all depends on where they're going to time it in at. Noah Berglund, P1 right now, with a 10-165, a 10-165 for the 00 in of Berglund. Up next going to be the 64L from Omaha, Nebraska, Amber Larson. And from Elwood, Kansas, the 08, Chase Kelliker. Colin Stevenson and Tyler Alton, you're up next. Chase Kelliker taking over P1 with a 9.508. Up next, from Memphis, Tennessee, Colin Stevenson, the 24. And from New Richmond, Wisconsin, the 30 of Tyler Alton. Jason Creason and Jacob Hoffman, you're up next. All right, the 64L of Amber Larson did take an extra lap, and it has been deleted. All right, up next will be the 2 of Jason Creason from Columbia, Missouri, and the 60 from Fremont, Nebraska, the 60 of Jacob Hoffman. Tyler Alton taking over P1 from Chase Kelliker, now second. Jacob Hoffman third. Jason Creason fourth. Noah Berglund fifth. Up next, it's the 6 of Chris Duff and the 99 of Cody Havens. Chris from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Chris from Jacksonville, Arkansas, and Cody Havens. Chris Duff blowing it up. Well, son of a gun, doggone it, we might need the cart stand for the number 6. Nope, looks like it's rolling okay, so. So your top 3, once again, Tyler Alton, Chase Kelliker, and Cody Havens taking over P3. Where are we at? Hayesville, Kansas driver, the 00, Ryan Swigert. And Lockridge, Iowa driver, the 33, Tyler Moore. Davin Hawk and Brett Lowry, you're up next. Your top 3 remain the same. Tyler Alton, Chase Kelliker, Cody Havens, Jacob Huffman 4th, Jason Creason 5th, Tyler Moore 6th, Ryan Swigert 7th, Noah Berglund 8th, Colin Stevenson 9th, Chris Duff, even though he didn't finish the lap, 10th. Amber Larson 11th, Cody Phillips in 12th, and Davin Hawk and Brett Lowry out to qualify right now. Here we go. Ian Matlock and Zach Hahn, you're up next. Matlock and Hahn, you're up next. Brett Lowry now taking over the number 5 spot, moving Jason Creason down to 6th. Up next, the 22 from Green Valley, Missouri, Ian Matlock, and the 181 from Keswick, Iowa, Zach Hahn. Doug Sylvester and Caleb Jorgensen, your final 2 carts to qualify for Predator Heavy 370. Here we go. Ian Matlock now moving into the top 5 in 5th. Now he's moved up to 3rd. Ian Matlock moving up to 3rd. Two carts left to qualify. From Ottumwa, Iowa, the 12, Doug Sylvester. And from Des Moines, Iowa, the 18, Caleb Jorgensen. All right, Tyler Alton gonna lead us to green in Predator Heavy 370. Colton Brown with a 10.500. And Archer Hoffback with a 10.581. Up next will be Harrisburg, South Dakota driver Caleb Haugen and Trimpilo, Wisconsin driver, the number 8, Alan Byrne. Here we go. Caleb Haugen taking over P1 with a 10.403. Alan Byrne with a 10.691. Up next, the 17 out of Russell, Iowa, Trenton Peterson. And out of Seteka, Wisconsin, the 8X of Corbin Tarvis. Henry Booyer and Carson George are up next. Up next from West Des Moines, Iowa, the 81, Henry Booyer. And from Altoona, Iowa, the 14C, Carson George. Bentley Long and Micah Haugen, you're up next. All right, up next, we still have Caleb Haugen in P1, Trenton Peters in second, Colton Brown third, Archer Hoffbeck fourth, and Alan Byrne in fifth. Bentley Long, the 99B from Norwalk, Iowa, and Micah Haugen, the 4 from Harrisburg, South Dakota. Carter Brooks and Ethan Matrison, you're up next. Caleb Haugen still holding on to P1 with Carter Brooks from Centralia, Missouri in the 3C and the 3E from Oskaloosa, Iowa, Ethan Matrison. Caleb Haugen and Carter Brooks gonna lead us to green in the box stock wing. Keaton Goss with a 9.954. Chris Cunningham taking over P1 with a 9.291. Ryan Swaggart second. Keaton Goss third. And a no time for the 19 of Joseph Deshane. Well, to no surprise, with a 9.289, Ian Matlock, P1. This will be second chance qualifying for Clone 370. We've locked in the top 10, and now we're going to lock in the second 10. Chris Duff in the number 6. Jaden Davis in the 4. Here we go. All right, Jaden Davis has got P1 so far with Chris Dupp in second. Charlie Keeban, the 191, and Tanner Lowry, the 28. Once again, this second chance qualifying for your Clone 370. We're locking in the second 10. Everybody else goes home for today. All right, just so everybody knows, a lot of our drivers will be in the second chance 370 as well as the second chance, in the 340. So we're going to do the 370 right now, and then after that we'll go into our juice box. And then we'll come right back after juice box with our second chance qualifying for the 340. Well, Jaden Davis still holding on to P1. Paul Rainey second. Zach Axlin third. Charlie Keeban fourth. Tanner Lowry fifth. And Chris Dupp in sixth. Jason Creason, the 12, and Brian Sproul, the 25, on the track to qualify. Well, now that we have 10 qualified, right now Chris Dupp is on the hot seat. He's in 10th right now. the 411 of Steve Smith, and the 00 in of Noah Berglund on track now. Jason Creason just getting bumped out of the top 10. All right, Brian Sproul now on the hot seat. He's qualified 10th right now. Tristan Martin 9th. Tanner Lowry 8th. Stevie Smith 7th. Noah Berglund taking over the top spot. It's a couple of Smith boys. Steve Smith, the 58, and Jordan Smith, the 59. Tanner Lowry now bumped down to the hot seat. Tanner Lowry now in 10th. Tristan Martin, Brian Sproul, Jason Creason, and Chris Duff not making the A main so far. Once again, the 28 of Tanner Lowry on the hot seat. Up next, we got the 59 of Jordan Smith and the 119 Austin Farnham. And Corey Wolf did move into the top 5 in 5th right now. Tanner Lowry just getting bumped from the hot seat now. Stevie Smith, the 411 in the hot seat now. Austin Farnham putting it in P2. So Stevie Smith now on the hot seat, the 411. Taylor Hoffmeyer, the 86. Colin Stevenson, the 24. Here we go. Zachary Kenizer, the 06, now on the hot seat. Austin Farnham, second. Colin Stevenson, third. Jaden Davis, fourth. Steve Smith in fifth. Taylor Hoffmeyer, sixth. Paul Rainey, seventh. Zach Axlin, eighth. Ninth is Corey Wolf. And on the hot seat now, Zachary Kenizer in the 06. Dan Fay, the 151, and Zach Emig, the 56. Zachary Kenizer just getting bumped out of the top 10. Corey Wolf now on the hot seat in 10th. Dan Fay in the 151 taking over P2 for second chance qualifying. Corey Wolf now on the hot seat in that number 16. Randy Walker, the 181, and Cameron Childs, the 452. Zach Axland now on the hot seat with one kart left to qualify. Nope, excuse me, two. Zach Axland now on the hot seat in 10th. Logan Webb and Dylan Compton. Logan Webb moving into P3. So that means Zach Axland just getting bumped out of the A main. So Cameron Childs, the 452. So your top 10, Noah Berglund, Logan Webb, Dan Fay, Austin Farnham, Colin Stevenson, Jaden Davis, Steve Smith, Taylor Hoffmeyer, Paul Rainey, and Cameron Childs. That's your second 10 to qualify. And we need, we got 4 down there. Yep, we have 4 now. All right. Well, while the Juice Box youngins are out on the track, I'm going to go partake of me some food. Once again, we are live on Facebook on Facebook. If you've got anybody at home that wants to watch our tweeters.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Looks like we got the juice boxes and the second chance for the Clone 340s coming up before we drop off and go over to our YouTube page. Appreciate everybody that is tuned in today and watched. Of course, as always, appreciate the Lyle family, Emma Indoor Raceway, for letting us come out and video this year. definitely be sure to go over and give Emma Indoor Raceway a like, a share. If you're into the karting and you're in this area, definitely get up here to the Emma Indoor Raceway and do some racing with them, as they would appreciate it and we would surely appreciate it too. Again, Juice Box are on the track. The future of racing right here. Again, one more after the Juice Box is here. One more group of the Clone 340 second chance. Top 10 is going to transfer. Looks like there's 18 of them. They're going to be racing for that, for those 10 spots. Once they're done, we'll drop off, go over to our YouTube channel, start it up. It'll take maybe a minute or two to get it all going. Usually they'll take a intermission there during that time. And they're off. Pick a winner, guys. Who's going to win? White flag is out. He's looking back, seeing who's behind him. All the juice boxes are winners here at Emma Indoor Raceway. If you got a young one and you're up by Emma up here on a race night, definitely stop in, let your young one participate. And as I'm going to partake in one of those delicious cheeseburgers they have here. Definitely can't beat it. I'm going to switch my mic back over so that when the announcer gets back, you'll be ready for him to get this last, let's see, what was it here? The Clone 340 second chance race. Qualifiers, 18 of them's going to participate. The top 10's going to transfer into that A main. Hope to see you guys over on YouTube. Again, to watch the feature races, you do have to join and become a member. Again, that'll get you 30 days of all the racing that we go to, whether it's here at Emma Indoor Raceway or anywhere else. Of course, if you're watching it here for the Emma Indoor Raceway, that'll get you today and tomorrow's race. And I think they got one more race at the end of the month and maybe one makeup race. Unfortunately, that makeup race, I haven't heard if it is going to have, if there is one for that matter. And that's on a night that our big tracks start back up. So we probably won't be here on that one. But we've got at least this one and two other ones that we'll be at. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Believe the junior twos. Let's see here. They were race number 17. Trying to see. I think I may have told you wrong on which one's coming up. Yep. Well, that was the Junior 2 Light. Was number 17. So I think all they have left to race is the features on that one. Could be wrong there, but I believe all they have left is the features.
Track workers, come on, let's go. All right, up next will be your final group to qualify. Clone 340, second chance. We've already locked in the top 10. Now we're going to lock in the second 10. It's Tanner Lowry with a 9.410. Colin Stevenson with a 9.484. Corey Wolf in the 18, the 16. And Logan Webb, the 98, on track now for second chance qualifying. Logan Webb taking over P1 with a 9.212. We have 18 karts to qualify for this round. And they're looking for 10 spots. So it's going to be the 95 of Eddie Brose and the 411 of Steve Smith. All 6 karts so far in under 10 seconds. Right now, Steve Smith with a 9.691. He is in 6th. Yes, I see that. I'm impressed. Up next is a 43 of Paul Rainey. And the 6 of Chris Duff. Hey, look at there. That one works too. Eddie Brose moved it into that number 2 spot. Tanner Lowry now 3rd. Colin Stevenson 4th. Paul Rainey in 5th. Up next will be the 12 of Jason Creason, the 56 of Zach Emig. Here we go. Jason Creason now qualified 10th. He's the one on the hot seat now, the 12. Up next, the 86 of Taylor Hoffmeyer and the 13 of Johnny Hansen. Jason Creason got a 9.931. Jason Creason just got bumped out of the top 10. Zach Emig. Zach Emig now on the hot seat, the 56. Zach Emig just got bumped out by the 13 of Johnny Hansen. He put himself in the hot seat. Up next will be the 57 of Cam Sorrells and the 24 of Tristan Martin. Steve Smith now on the hot seat, the 411. Tristan Martin now bumped himself into the top 10 and bumped Steve Smith into that, out of the A main. So Tristan Martin just qualified and he put himself on the hot seat. So up next will be the 671 of Zach Axlin and the 59 of Jordan Smith. Zach Axlin put himself comfortably into that top 10, moving into second. Logan Webb still P1, Eddie Brose third, Taylor Hoffmeyer fourth, Tanner Lowry fifth, Colin Stevenson sixth, Cam Sorrells seventh, Paul Rainey eighth, Chris Duff ninth, and the 16 of Corey Wolf is your top 10 so far. This will be your final two carts to qualify. Will be the 06 of Zachary Kanizer and the 22X of Aiden Sullivan. Paul Rainey now on the hot seat, the 43. Just Chris Duff just getting bumped out of the top 10. So your top 10 are going to be Logan Webb, Zach Axlin, Eddie Brose, Taylor Hoffmeyer, Aiden Sullivan, Tanner Lowry, Zachary Kenizer, Colin Stevenson, Cam Soros, and Paul Rainey. Chris Duff just getting knocked out of the A main. That's all you're qualifying for today.
Hey everybody, we're going to go ahead and kill the live feed here on Facebook. Appreciate everybody watching over here on Show Me Dirt. If you guys want to watch the features, definitely go over to our YouTube page, and you'll be able to catch them over there. Thanks for watching.